Hey everyone, Blameko here, and this is my run for Transcendence Tier 10. And so as I was saying in my pool videos, I actually used Yada to replace Terra, and then Terra to replace Tidus in the Transcendence Tier 2 and Tier 8. I believe I made videos for those, so yeah, those are my changes. Really small changes because of being in the FR era, and Terra doing so much more damage than what she previously was able to. So yeah, she basically wiped Tier 8. And yeah, you see me actually just resetting. Yeah, here we go again. Resetting my teams is basically because I needed Kayn to go first. Oh, first or second depends on luck, to be honest, but I just wanted him to go first just so it's a lot easier for me. And the reason why I needed him to go first is because if you notice, the boss only has three debuffs on him. You know, the three debuffs that Tidus puts on the enemies at the start of the battle. And I want them to go to, well, ideally it would be 7, but I think with I can't remember his name. Oh my god. Well, basically I want them to have at least 7 debuffs, and the reason why I wanted 7 is because, or rather more than 6 if I'm not wrong. Let me just take a look. Yeah, 6 or fewer debuffs, then it will trigger that. So basically 7 debuffs. Raises attack speed. Yeah, so 7 debuffs. Is because it will actually prevent that turn warping thing, and that's super annoying, to be honest. But at least yeah, sorry, I'm actually trying to find that person's name, and it's basically called, I can't believe I forgot this. It's Caius. By the way, it's Caius. So I actually brought Caius, Seymour, and oh my god, something's wrong with me today. Reigns, Sid Reigns as my calls. Caius and Seymour is basically to hit the 7 debuff. On a side note, Seymour's debuff actually stacks with, or rather it doesn't stack with Tidus, so it will actually override each other. So basically Seymour is only adding, I think, Max Brave down and the Annihilate debuff, his unique one. So once you hit that 7, this fight isn't too difficult, I would say. It's really the setting up at the beginning and making sure that at the thresholds for the bosses, you can see right there, I think it's like 59, 49 and 39, something like that. It's either 59, 49 and 39 or 59 and 39. It's either 3 or 2 times, because honestly I'm not sure, because on my previous attempts, which it took about an hour because I kept trying the same thing over and over again and it didn't work. I kept dying at the 59% because I would have accidentally killed the sweepers at the side, and then he will respawn them in and immediately do their one hit KO. And the only way to avoid it is to basically be below 50% or have perfect dodge like Kayn. So yeah, it's really difficult. But yeah, so I instead of bringing them as close to 59 as possible and then just going crazy on them, I decided to just go crazy immediately. Yeah. So I got super tired of because the initial plan was to use Charlotta's FR, bring them down as close to 59 as possible, and then immediately use Tidus FR and go into burst. So the burst will actually save me from all that one hit KO moves. The only problem was that because of how much damage Kayn and Tidus was actually putting out, I actually was not able to survive that one hit KO, because I would have killed the sides, the ads, and then he respawned them and immediately forced them to kill me. So yeah, that was pretty unlucky, and in fact I got unlucky like 3 or 4 times. That's how many times I actually tried this stage. So annoying. But I decided, you know what, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to keep trying to get the perfect timing, because honestly that's very tiring. So I just decided to, I'm just gonna force time with Tidus. And if you notice, actually my force time could have been a lot more. Tidus didn't have his, I believe it's a winning spirit buff on himself, the EX or S1. So I had to reapply it, and I didn't want to use the S1 because I believe without that winning spirit is not an instant turn. So it didn't really matter which skill I used. So that one turn is kind of wasted on using it on Charlotta. But it's kind of offset with Kain doing that counter land seed move, So yeah, not too bad. Would have been nice to get an additional turn with Tidus, because then I'm pretty sure I could have gotten the boss even lower, or maybe even have killed him. Killed him was pushing it because of how much health he had, but yeah, I'll definitely have brought him to a really low number. Like even after the burst and all the regen and stuff that he has, he actually never made it to 20% if I'm not wrong. So I'm getting ahead of myself, but let's talk about that particular part of the fight, because that is well, after the first stage, that's honestly the most annoying stage there is. The first one, you're required to put 7 debuffs, or you just keep taking turns after you, is very similar to Noctis turn warping, stuff like that. But once you've dealt with that, at 39%, he actually puts HP regen on himself, and I think that's like an innate HP regen, so it can't be removed at all. And you can see an overhead text called something like repair or something like that, so that's when he starts that regen thing. And he regens quite a significant amount. I think it's like what, 2 or 3% of his health, if I'm not wrong. I don't think I'm able to see right here. I don't think it actually said repair, restores health. Yeah, he didn't say exactly how much percent, but it's about 110,000 health per your turn. So if your party members make a move, it is 110% HP. And as if that wasn't enough, you also take HP set whenever you take a turn. So I mean, the HP requirement is very generous for this fight. It's 25k. 25k. So it's pretty generous. If you have some form of HP regen, then you don't have to worry about not making the HP threshold. The only issue is when you don't have HP regen, or if you accidentally take one big hit from the boss. But there we go, 59%. I think he was like calling the sweepers to attack or something like that, and that's the one hit KO move if they are not below 50% health. So as you can see, they are not below 50%, but it actually doesn't trigger in the burst sequence. So I'm pretty sure it is it works the same way in the summon, so you can also use the summon to protect yourself. I don't believe it triggers at the end of the burst sequence, because there was no indicator that it actually triggered at the end. So strangely enough, 49, there was nothing. There was no call, I believe. It was just power increasing, the usual stat boost. And I think we'll see right here. I was actually really worried that there we go, 39%. I was actually really worried that Tidus was not able to get past this threshold, and then his finisher will be the one that pushes it through that threshold, and then causing the boss to actually trigger the two ads. There we go, 39%, repairing, and he also called the supers to attack. Past the threshold, then we're in the home stretch. So there we go, Blitz Ace, and yeah, really loving the damage. Again, could have been so much more if I wasn't required to bring Caius or Seymour. If I could bring some form of buff like Leo, I'm pretty sure you just go crazy on him. So how much was that? 13%. 13%. I might have been able to bring him down to single digit if Tidus was able to get all the turns in the FR, but not the end of the world. Charlotta with her instant turns is more than able to just basically just charge up the FR gauge again, which is basically what I did until I hit Tidus turn. Yeah, Charlotta has 7 turns on her burst. Honestly, I have no idea what's a burst effect, but what I do know is that it's nice to have, that's for sure. It gives us some battery back, if I'm not wrong. And also, well, not the burst, but you know, I'm able to just charge like this and still keep the buff, the burst buff up. And Kayn is also doing his off-turn damage. You know, that's just beautiful. He's just basically reducing the amount of regen that the boss does every turn. Instead of 110,000, he's basically doing 50 plus thousand, if I'm not wrong. Sorry, 60 plus thousand. So yeah, you know, not like it's that much that you know, not that Kayn is providing that much, but I mean, in the grand scheme of things, sorry, in the grand scheme of things, that was actually not too bad. You know, Kayn actually prevents him from going above 20%. Not that it matters, because if you actually see the force gauge, Tidus is actually going to use his force move again, like immediately after using it. And it's also kind of nice that Simoy is also able to do his LD follow up. But again, it's just to reduce the HP regen. You know, the amount that he's regening per turn. So past the turnover, still have one turn on Charlotta, and King comes back down. But not the end of the world, he's just gonna go back up immediately, you know. I don't need him on the ground, I need him in the air. And the reason why I need him in the air is just so that I can apply more damage with Tidus FR. Because honestly, Kayn, he does a lot of damage, but most of it is in the air. Like the off-turn damage is insane as compared to you know, leaving him on the ground and using the Gunnar skill. Because that skill does a lot of damage. Like even without FRs, it's already doing a million. You know, yeah. So here we go. The last FR. The damage will slowly ramp up as all FR does. So you don't have to worry about your FR not being able to really, if you're running Tidus at least, your FR not being able to out DPS that heal. Sooner or later you will get there. Especially if you have not used the summon like me. You have not used the summon until this part of the fight. In fact, I believe I used the summon at around 6 or 7 turns of the FR left. Just, you know, because of the damage basically. And again, I know that Odin isn't really a good summon to run with Tidus. Maybe someone like Shiva or Ifrit, just for the damage or to slow them down. But you know, I wanted the defense down. I was hoping that I could trigger the attack buff as well, but I don't believe Tidus went below 80%. So yeah guys, the boss is dead already. I have 9 turns on the FR, and as you notice, there we go, I'm already doing 2 million. There's no way that the boss can out-heal me right now. In fact, Kayn himself is already going to out-damage the heal. So yeah, you know, whatever, you know, when you hit this part of the fight, you're in home stretch. Especially if you have a force gauge up right here. If you have like me 7-8 turns left, and the boss is already a single digit, yeah, you're good. You know, you don't have to worry about the only thing you have to worry about is the health, but yeah, that's it. So yeah guys, I'm just gonna end the commentary right here. There's really nothing much else to say, just, you know, make sure ads are below 50% like whenever the boss is hitting the threshold, and you only really have to worry about taking turns when he's at 89%. I'm not sure whether he regens when he takes turn, but I know that he regens when we take turn, so maybe counter call might be viable as well. We'll see. Oh yeah, also guys, if you're unable to finish the Dare to Defy quest, don't feel bad, because honestly the rewards isn't really like amazing or stuff like that. If you have been pulling for the recent banners, then fine. But if you are free to play, you're like fully free to play, and you're unable to finish the Defy quest, then maybe I'll say, you know, just try one quest and then maybe reset if you can, and just do it for the gem rewards. You know, you don't have to get the perfect clears. You know, it's not the end of the world if you're unable to clear it. So yeah guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.